Hey guys, it's Monos517. This is episode 235 of my series Things to Build in Minecraft. Name is just Flower Shop. And this is a simple little flower shop that you can put somewhere in your world. It's not really a functioning build. There's nothing that it really serves as a useful purpose. It's just a nice sort of placeholder in your world. If you just want an extra building, put somewhere in your town, I think this would work pretty well. And yeah, pretty cool. So we're gonna get started here. So I got my layout on the ground there that I use as a reference, but if it applies to you, like if it will help you guys with the build, feel free to use it. So start off with some birch there, then a log, then birch, log, and then back to birch. And we just do this kind of, it's like a rounded house design or layout, whatever you wanna say. And so just follow along as I place it. I will do an overhead view of it once I finish the layout. So if you need to pause the video there and see how it looks, you can do that. So as you can see, the layout's done. Pause it here if you need to kind of take a look, but it's fairly simple once you get the layout down. It's just one of those rounded designs, so it's kind of awkward when you first build it, and it's not really easy to explain how to do it because, like I said, it's just awkward. You're gonna take all the logs and just raise it up so they're a total of 3 high, so it's left looking like that. Then next, you're gonna take some brown stained glass and you're gonna fill in all the open spots other than the doorway in the front. So just brown stained glass, wrap it all the way around. I didn't use panes because obviously the panes won't connect with the way the build is, but I used panes for the window up front because it would connect, and I thought it looked kind of cool. So right here, obviously use the panes, and then I used brown glass because I thought it kind of fit in with the colors, because I tried using different ones like white and green, and I wasn't feeling it. So if you want to use different colors, feel free to, and different materials. It's all up to you guys. Just this is what I use, so don't feel like you have to use what I use. This is just what I use while demonstrating the build. And so there's me flying up again so you guys can take a look at how it looks. I'm going to do the roof now. Roof's pretty simple. It's just a slab roof and you just cover pretty much every single block of the layout. And just fast forward that because it's pretty simple. But I add also to the roof, I add a second layer, but I bring all the blocks in by one. So I kind of follow the roof layout, but it's all in by one. So you'll see how it looks. I'll fly overhead and you can see it's, like I said, it's kind of hard to describe how to do it. So just do that. I'm gonna fast forward it here, but it's still moving slow enough so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So as you can see, I'm kind of doing the roof layout, but I just bring it all in by one. Pretty simple. So pause the video right here if you need to, just to see. Just make sure everything's correct. Now you're left with the front of the build, and I add this little stair awning sort of deal on the front, because the front was a little flat. I wanted to add a little depth to it, so now you do that. Slab on the upper half of the block, one on top of it, and then one connecting to the roof, and it just looks like that. Then I take an oak fence, throw it there to look like it's supporting the awning. I use the oak fence because I thought the color kind of contrasted well with the birch and the dark oak, but you can use whatever you want. That's just what I chose to go with. Next, you're just going to get rid of all the grass on the inside and just replace it with birch wood or whatever material you want. And fast forward, obviously, to save some time. So once you're done with that, that will be the main structure of the house is done. So we can move on to like the finer details. So there's that. I also forgot to get rid of that cyan block right there, so I just fixed that real quick. So boom, looks like that. Next, I use some polished andesite here just to make a pathway up to the house. Depending on where you place this, you might not need the pathway. And I also add a little pond out front, but again, depending on where you put the house, you might not need to do this. But hey, I think it looks pretty cool. You add all that in. Next, you're going to take some grass blocks. Actually, no, you're going to take some glowstone, add a little light source in there. You're going to take some grass blocks now, and you're going to put it along the window out front. And then you're going to put some trapdoors along it. And the trapdoors are supposed to make it look like it's a flower pot, like a larger flower pot. And, that's just along the front. And then you can take some tulips or whatever flowers you want and just put them up front. Just, nice little look. I put some tulips right next to the doorway because I thought it made it look kind of cool. Then I put a sign above the doorway. This is where you would name your flower shop. I just called mine Flower Shop, but if you want to call yours like Billy's Epic Flowers, then you do that. Then I put a sign next to the tulips also, so you can call them like, you can list the price of your tulips. Then I put a lily pad in the pond just because it adds a little bit to it. That's pretty much it for the front of the build. Next, you're going to come inside. You're going to place grass pretty much where I'm placing it, and this will be for more flowers. You do that. Next, you're going to take trapdoors and just, again, make it look like they're flower pots. And I put these also there along the windows so it looks like they're getting their proper amount of sunlight. So, do all that. So boom, looks like that. Next, I take some dark wood stairs and I place them upside down to make just kind of like a front counter. So, looks like that. Take a fence gate, put it there. And then it looks like that. It looks pretty good. And then I put signs above each of the rows of flower pots and stuff like that. This is where obviously you put which flower it is and how much you're selling it for, depending on what you go with. I list mine all where it's gold is the currency, but you can use what you want. And I put a little carpet here. I forgot to put a glowstone under that to add some light, so don't forget to put a glowstone under the carpet. And next, I just grab all the flowers that we'll be placing in. On one side I use roses, on the other I use sunflowers, and then in the middle I use some lilacs. So, right there in the corner where I placed that blue azurite and the blue orchid, those are supposed to be like rarer flowers, like you would sell them for more in the shop. And as you can see, I use the tall lilacs and then the smaller flower in the center. Same with this one, I use the oxeye daisy in the center and then I use sunflowers on the side. And be careful, the sunflowers face whichever direction the sun is in, so you know, be careful when it comes to making the build. Then obviously I put some glowstone over here just as a little light source, just to kinda, I didn't think torches would kinda look good in here because it seems like a very flammable shop. You don't want to have torches in there. Then I take a flower pot and a chest and I put the flower pot on the counter just because it seems like a nice little bit of detail. Put a chest right there with an item frame on it and a gold ingot, that's where you would pay. And then I put an item frame up there to put a clock on it. And that is pretty much it for the build. You'll see in this next clip, I go through to my original design of it and I show off each sign for whichever price I'm selling for and I put the names of the flowers. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the build, guys. So like always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, see ya.